Alright guys, today is going to be the part 6 build of the Stampede. Now it's going to be this ESC mount and waterproof receiver box mount, whatever. I still call it a ESC mount, but it's going to be held with just 4 screws, 2 right here and 2 right here. And then I'll be using this kind of screw, which is just a normal hex head, which it just goes down in here, of course. And thanks, and you guys were wondering, it came from Jesus Pinedo. Thanks again. It's really awesome that you helped and just screw those 4 in. Now it's time for the rear body mounts. I'm going to be using those 2 bottom holes right there. And then now it's just showing you I just got those 4 screws in. And it gets lined up right there using those 4 screws. And then I don't have the right proper screw, but I at least got screws. So I'm just using whatever I have. Now for the motor. You can see it's just how it's 2 screws. You guys were wondering where this came from. It came from my associated SC10. Just had this laying around. It's in perfect, well not perfect, but like good condition. Used a little bit. I mean, who cares? It's a motor, then it's a motor. Who cares? But it just slides in and held with 2 screws with the washer. Okay, now you want that again. Now don't tighten it all the way. Just tighten it like hand tighten. That's what I did with this motor. Just hand tighten it. Now, this is slipper coach from my rustler. See here, there's like a slipper assembly with the spur gear, a bar, a slipper plate, and then the slipper itself, whatever, and the spring, and basically everything. But this pinion gear is just too small. It's a 76 tooth, and that's too much for a brush motor. So I have an 86 spur instead of a 76. And thank you, Jesus, so much again. Here's the part number and everything. So, well, here's the price. And then all I need is just take these 3 screws off, take this bearing off, and put it in this one. And of course, opening it. Now I got all the parts out of that to put it in this. Now all you have to do is just get this little bar, which is extremely hard. I'm trying to do this on camera so you guys could actually get to see how long it actually takes. This bar, I always hated this bar. Any bar, really. Now make sure that's even on each side. Get this other half of the slipper clutch. Make sure the bar faces, well, the slot faces with that bar. Just kind of move it a little bit. Maybe you could just look down here and then kind of take that out. Okay, now it's in there. Then you take this slipper plate, which is old. This is off my rustler, and my rustler is like 3 years old or something. Make sure those holes in line with those Dark Ecliptic car said nooks or something. I call them whatever. And then you take your spur gear, you put it in there. Make sure it's in all the way as best as you can. You take your spring, and then you take your 4mm knife. Okay, once you got that in, just tighten it all the way, and then make sure you kind of. When I do this, what I do is I just kind of push back on the spur gear and then tighten it out all the way, then loosen it. 3/4 turn to 1 full turn, but I'm going to do a 1 full turn because 3/4 has not helped me too much. I think that's one of the reasons why my spur gear has been stripping me, is I put in 3/4 instead of 1 full turn. But I'm going to go do that. Okay, after that's done, now I have the 16 tooth pinion gear just laying around. Just line up, you see that grove screw, line it up with the bar, which you have to loosen that grove screw a little bit so it can slide onto this flat side of the bar. I don't know if you can see that properly. There it goes, just line it up with there, and then make it parallel to the spur gear and pinion. Okay, now once you got the pinion gear in, just tighten your mesh, just make it where you get this little click. Well, I'm pretty close, but make sure to make it where it has the spur gears a little bit of play, and then tighten these two screws. Okay, now you want to got that. Now just get the gear cover on, which has two screws. The longer one goes on top, the shorter one goes on bottom. And yes, this did come with my rustler. Actually, I'm not going to be using the gear cover because I have a other gear cover, but it just doesn't have the screws. So I'm just going to be using these two screws. See that how clean that one is from a donation compared to this one that came from my rustler? Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this from a donation and just using these two screws. Let go right there and right there. Now it's time for the ESC. Just gets put right here. You take these wires, you go through. It's your choice, but I just like to put it through the body mount, and then yellow goes on yellow, and then blue goes on blue. And now I can't really mount them as it's associated ESC, but it'll just be there for now. You can use double-sided tape or just do whatever you can to strap it down. But that's all I'm going to be able to do for now.